anybody.
It's just entertainment purpose.
It's not.
It's just entertainment purpose.
It's not.
In the case of anybody.
This is just entertainment purpose.
It's not.
Hi, hotties, kettles, tea stirs. You here for hot tea? All commentary is alleged, and in my opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only. I've been meaning to report on this. I've been wanting to report on this when it was first going on, but everything was going on, and y'all know we are more Love and Marriage Huntsville than anything, and I am reporting on other shows, but I'm mainly reporting on Real Housewives of Atlanta because there is a Love and Marriage Huntsville crossover, and that is Walkie Talkie. So, in my opinion, Walkie Talkie has been over there stirring it up. Per usual, he is the type of male that likes for women to battle against him. He's the type of male that always put women in competition with one another because it feeds his ego. And you have to be smart enough to not play into a man like him games. So let's go ahead and talk about this. Y'all get in the comments and let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the post notification bell so you are up to date each and every time that I upload, and you can be up to date with all of the latest Love and Marriage Huntsville drama. But before we get into it, 59% of y'all are still in the bushes. I don't know why y'all still haven't subscribed, but go ahead and subscribe considering the fact that you keep coming back. I'm not sure why Walkie Talkie and Sheree and Carlos are all trying to play in our face, but it's clear as day what this storyline is. It's clear as day who the mutual friend is that brought them together. It's clear as day that this entire relationship was orchestrated and constructed over over some coffee at the chateau. So on Kandi's Speak On It, she basically aired Walkie Talkie out. She's basically been consistent in the story that she told about him. And to be honest, the gig is up. We all know that this is a storyline, but for the life of me, I don't know why Sheree is content with embarrassing herself on national television every season. It's one thing for this to be a storyline. It's a whole nother thing for you guys to actually be trying to beef with each other over the internet behind this. So whether it's for a storyline or whether she actually got involved with him, like some of you seemingly think, it doesn't look good for her brand. So like Kandi said, whether he or his team, someone reached out to her to get him more press or get him seen, and I believe that to be true. And just like you guys are going to see, because I left a clip at the end of this video, just like you guys are going to see what Kandi said, nobody's pulling up in Sandy Springs to take a photo of Walkie Talkie and Sheree. Nobody cares. And it was even funny to Shamia because people that live in Atlanta, people that live in Georgia, you just know nobody, like literally nobody is doing that. You literally would have had to call someone to be there to photograph you because nobody cares. So they basically attempted 3 times to get themselves in the press, and that was when they were at the park with the dog. That was when they were at Blaze allegedly, and then that was also the interview that Sheree did when she was in Sandy Springs. To be quite fair, none of it adds up, none of it makes sense, because we also get to see him on Saturday every weekend just before he gets on Sunday every weekend and lie, him literally harass his ex-wife. So I don't know, the storyline isn't given, and then Sheree just looks a mess. But not only does she look a mess, nobody is co-signing her. Everybody is clowning her, even KFC and Popeyes. On top of that, you tried to shade KFC, and Kandi and her son made a whole dollar out of it. So if you aren't embarrassed enough, you're embarrassed, and then you got profited off of. So in my opinion, her and Martell are perfect for each other. They're both clowns, and they're both low-key slow. They always are getting used, and they think they are using people, and they end up just getting the shit end of the stick. But let's just get into this. So Sheree took to her Twitter to discuss, I guess, some of the confessionals from the ladies on last week's episode or last weekend's episode. She says, does a friend hold information about a person you are dating and then bring it up, I guess, on national television? Let me know. Or she said months later on national television. My bad, it's a crack in my phone, y'all. Her next tweet then said, community service, community property, you should know former community puss. And I think, hold on, ma'am. You like, this woman is almost 50. I mean, she not almost, she's like almost 60 years old, ma'am. And she looks good. So don't ever get it twisted. I'm not shading her for her age because, might I add, I pray I look just as good as her when I'm up in my 50s. But can we act of age, love? In my opinion, Sheree is just very surface level. In my opinion, there's honestly no depth behind the ears. Everything with her is merely on the surface. So you literally get what you see. She then says, are you trying to age shame? Talk what you know, not what you assume. Mad because you don't have any. And I don't know what she's saying even with that. I think maybe she's trying to shade Kenya. Kenya completely paid her dust. I mean, and I would too, because really, you're going to go this hard over walkie-talkie Hope, somebody that literally went to jail allegedly for stealing an ATM machine, and then with everything that he did on camera to his wife, and then you got called out by the slow slaw while you were allegedly, filming your storyline. I mean, okay, if you like it, I love it, So Kandi basically played her dust as well, but she also said, you sure going hard for somebody who's been given hard D to everybody, but go off, sis. Yeah, because I really do think it's embarrassing. But Sheree then said, it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. You know the rest. And she's just lame AF, but whatever. And I guess it's only weird because you're really co-signing a whole abuser. I guess that's the only problem. You never for the girls, and that's why it's never cool when you do it, because you always for the boys. You never doing it for the girls. So then to continue on like a child, she says, maybe I should have gave her some KFC at the reunion since food the only peace offering she accepts. And I don't know, that was weird, but KFC shaded her and was like, we have delicious lemonade if you're feeling thirsty. Sheree gonna say, I'm good, boo, I like Popeyes better. But if that wasn't bad enough, Popeyes even shaded her and was like, now why we in it? So they ain't even co-signing you either, girl. You look a mess. And you like 50-something years old carrying on like this. So I just, kudos to Kandi for ignoring her. Kudos to Kenya for completely paying her dust. And, if she like it, I love it. If she want Martell and she gonna go that hard for him, so be it. But here's what Kandi had to say. I also thought it was funny how she bleeped out walkie-talkie and Sheree's name, because why would she talk about them when Sheree thinks that Kandi is using her for a storyline? But y'all get in the comments, y'all let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the post notification bell so you are up to date each and every time that I upload, and you can be up to date with all of the latest Love and Marriage Huntsville drama.
Your boy, back to what I was saying about your boy. So he was trying to throw a little jab at my husband since I had said whatever I said about him, but I still stick to what I said. At the time, it definitely felt like he was being an opportunist because, like I said, the one situation happened at the Blaze with the young lady that I know personally that was set up by his publicist, whether he says that he knows it or not, which is, hey, I'm not saying that he knew that his publicist was set up, but somebody on his team was setting it up, okay, for him to get some visibility online. And then, when and first got together, they had, once again, Freddie O, my boy, I love you very much, but they had you to come out some random park to take pictures of them, like as if the paparazzi went out there that would just know that they were going to be together at the park. And it was sending it to the blogs like,
we both went into it saying we want to be intentional.
Yes, you got to be intentional.
how was they saying at this random park unless y'all called them?
Because I saw that whole thing that she did with Freddie O.
On a random street.
Yeah, I mean, come on. And Sandy Springs, the beauty box, the beauty bar, whatever. Paparazzi. I gotta go do my $1 billion walk.
So that was why I was saying it came off as, and when I say opportunist, I don't mean he's dating people for money. I'm saying sometimes business, we see how sometimes it seems like certain celebrities hook up and it look like they doing it just so they could, the blogs could be talking. I'm not saying that they did do that, but it came off that way. And I said it, and it wasn't necessarily nice. Okay. It may not have been friendly. They didn't like it, so they were throwing jabs.
So being around them as a couple, like, well, you don't know him. Did she?
I'm not really around them as a couple. She definitely seems happy right now. Well, at least the times I'm around her, she seems like she's doing well, which is a great thing, So if is a part of that happiness or a part of that new glow, then so be it. I'm giving it up too. If nothing else, the other thing got going in his favor is that he got a good reputation about his love below, which is what they also showed on the show. Now, come on now, Thirst Trap. Now what? He was on the show showing himself changing in his drawers on camera.
I'ma just,
clearly he wanted the world to see what he was working with. Because he knew this y'all women out there was going to be, well, not just women, he knew everybody was going to be there looking in eyeing like, woo. Well, honey, they say his reputation.
Who says this?
Some of the ladies, what said that the reputation
is
is
there more
true.
women or is it just...
Well, there are other women. That was the thing. Last year, that was the thing that they were talking about. Mayetta and I we both knew of a young lady who is a successful businesswoman that he apparently had been dating or seeing. I'm not saying they was in a committed relationship or anything like that. It wasn't that. But they had been seeing each other. You know what I mean? It was around the time that we had heard this news was in the early part of
he was
them dating.
freelancing at that time.
He's still freelancing.
That time.
He's still freelancing. I don't know. So the other part of that is when Kenya came to the office with Mayetta and I, we were all gossiping, of course. We were both mentioned how we knew this woman who said that she had dated him or whatever, or was dating him around that time. Anyway, that's when Kenya.
It's a little awkward because he did lightweight try to talk to me.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Let us know that he slid into her DMs before. She couldn't remember exactly what he said. So to be clear, when Kenya showed us this, the DM was no longer there.
Where's the message?
Oh, he deleted it.
It said accept or deny. Now y'all know whoever. Okay, I'm on Instagram all the time, and I know a lot of you are as well. In order for you to go in a DM, and when you see somebody's name in there and it says accept or decline or whatever, it's because they've either DM'd you or mentioned you. They had to send you a DM or mention you in their story in order for that to show up. So she had never accepted it, so it was still saying accept or decline. So we know for a fact he did send her a DM before. When she hit the accept, the message was no longer there. So that means he either deleted it or the message deleted. Now it did not say. Now what will happen is if the person mentions you in the story and the story no longer exists, it'll just say, it'll have that little wine symbol where it just shows you that the story is no longer there. So it wasn't a story, okay? It was clearly he had sent her a message. The message was no longer there. She had not accepted it, so she couldn't have deleted what he said, okay? To be clear. So that is how this whole conversation of him sending her DM came up. Now, she didn't say that he said nothing too crazy. She just said it was just kind of like a flirtatious DM that he had sent to her before. Her point in saying that was like, oh, okay, girl, well, he tried to slide over my DMs too, just saying, and not like trying to stop their flow, but just letting know as a friend. But somehow, guys, this is going to get twisted a lot. And I don't want to say too much on this episode because obviously it's to be continued, and it will be continued for real, go hard. So I'm not gonna go too hard in there, but I just wanted to explain to you that I actually saw with my own eyes, there is, that when I told her to open up the message, it still said accept or decline.
What was the status from the reunion? I mean, because I don't know if you ladies hang out outside of the season, but for Kenya and...
As far as I know, Kenya was just fine at the time. It was no drama, they didn't have any beef. They've been getting along pretty much just fine. So it was no reason for Kenya to make this up. No reason for Kenya to be trying to be shady or anything like that, to be clear. So
yeah.
It's just entertainment purpose.
It's not.
It's just entertainment purpose.
It's not.
In the case of
This
anybody.
is just entertainment purpose.
It's not.